How's it going? My name is Jeremiah with Field to Plate. I'm here to teach you how to dress out and break down a wild turkey. A lot of guys out there, they spend all their time putting in for this beautiful bird, putting in the time, the money, the effort, and then they breast it out. And they leave the legs, the thighs, the wings, all that good stuff left on the carcass in the field a lot of the times, or in the trash can. They cut off the tail, they cut off the wings, and take the breast, and that's about it. And that's just disrespectful to the animal, and you're wasting so much of that meat and that hard-earned time that we spend. Now, I got the wings behind me. I'm going to be making some wing bone calls, so I'll be doing a how-to on how to make some wing bone calls out of that. I've got the tail spread out with the beard behind me. I'll teach you guys how to do a mount later on that. But let's focus on how to get this bird broken down. Now, there's a couple ways to do it. You can leave it whole. As you can see, I have skin on it. I pluck all my birds, including dove, because again, breasting out, it's a waste. And the skin on wild turkey and some of these birds is phenomenal when it cooks up. So I'm gonna get some close-ups on here, teach you guys how to do this, how to break it down. I'm gonna do a couple different recipes with this. I'm actually gonna split this bird right in half, so I can do half of it smoked in my Camp Chef vault smoker. And then I'm also gonna take one with the breasts, with the bone in. I'm gonna take one thigh and one leg and show you how to braise those down for some turkey tacos. But right now, for the purpose of this video, it's all about breaking this bird down. So, change camera angles, get down on here so you guys can actually see what I'm doing versus seeing my ugly mug, and we'll get into it. So, stay tuned. All right, so first things first, we got to cut off these legs. I like to use, you can use a knife, but I like to use these wire cutters. Helps break through that bone. Then I can go in there and finish it off with my knife. So right in there, find that bone. Go ahead and break that bone. Once that bone's broken, you can go in with a pair of really nice kitchen scissors, which I like to use. Finish that out. Save those legs. We're going to make some back scratchers out of those later. Simple, 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 and easy. You can finish pulling these feathers off that the girls missed when they were doing it. We go ahead and finish pulling those feathers off a little bit later once we get this bird all broken down. So up here, you have your breast, you have your legs. We're actually, for the purpose of this video, we're gonna flip it over. Here's the backbone, here's the turkey neck, as you can see. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our pair of kitchen scissors and we're gonna go right along that backbone of that bird. Now, the way I'm doing it, it's not the only way, it's not the right way, it's not the wrong way. It's just the way that I like to do it. It's the way that I find it best to get all the natural and real cuts out of this bird that I can get. All right, so now that we took that backbone out, we can actually save this backbone. It's got some meat on there. We'll throw that into our turkey stock. It'll actually break itself down. Now we get into cutting this bird in half and how to break out the different parts. Again, super simple, super easy steps on how to do this. So first things first, let's go ahead and flip this bird back over. We'll find that breastbone. So right here, you've got your breastbone. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to one side of that breast. We're gonna follow that all the way down. All the way down here. Then come in here and take those kitchen shears again. Cut along that rib cage, along that meat. You see right here. Cut away any of the undesirables or the nasty parts that you don't want. All right, now that we have that cut up the middle, we're gonna come right in here through the top. We're gonna take that cut right here. Simple, simple, easy. Cut up, cut up. Now, we have two halves to our bird. 1 half, 2 half to our birds. A left and a right. Skin on, complete halves of our bird. So again, I'm gonna save one whole side to go in the smoker. I'm gonna save the side that has the bone still, the breastbone still in it. So here's the breastbone. I sliced off that one side of that turkey breast. This is the one that's gonna go in the smoker that I'm gonna brine and clean up. This one, the bone is out of it. Here's our giant turkey breast with our cutlets and all that good stuff. So you can actually take this flap right here, right along this crease, and flip it up. You'll see skin. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna pull your knife up, go right along that skin. Now you've separated out one thigh, one leg, and here is your breast with skin on. Now we've still got a little bit of bone left in there, your breastbone, which I'll show you how to bone out right now. So you have your leg, you have your thigh. As you can see, look at all that meat. This is all meat that people throw away or leave in the field. And that crispy skin on there, once we get down to it. Now there are some tendons that run in here because these are not pen birds. These birds are running, flying, jumping. So I do like to braise these down. What happens when you braise it down is all these tendons will become hard as a rock and you will pull them right out. But let's go ahead and remove the rest of this bone so we can have a free breast up in here. So you're gonna go right along that breastbone, that breastplate, to get it off this rib cage. Keeping that knife as tight to it as you can. Now remember, if there's a little bit of meat left on these bones, like you'll see this little bit of meat, all these bones are gonna go into our stock to make our turkey stock. So a little bit of meat in our turkey stock is phenomenal, so you don't have to worry about leaving a little bit of meat on there. So again, a little bit of meat on there, you can see the translucency. There's a little bit, but I'm cool with that because all that's gonna go into our turkey stock. So now what you'll have is you'll have a couple tendons that run underneath this cutlet. So here's your main breast, here's your cutlet. So I like to take that cutlet off. So now I have a turkey cutlet right here, and there's a tendon that runs in there which I'll take off. Then I kind of trim up any of that undesirable parts, any of that leftover nast or funk that's left in there. Trim that up, make it nice and pretty. Don't worry, I'm gonna go ahead and wash these. So now you've got this turkey breast, you've got skin on it. It's gonna be flavorful, nice. It's a big turkey breast. So there's turkey breast, cutlet, thigh, and leg. If you want to separate this thigh and separate this leg, it's super simple. I'll show you how to do that as well. You want it to look like a drumstick right out of the grocery store. You're gonna follow that around, okay? You're gonna take it, and you're just gonna pop it, just like that, right there. Go in here and cut these tendons, cut this bone marrow away. Then you're gonna go the opposite way. You're gonna take that bone and break it the opposite way so you release that joint. There's that joint that I was talking about. And you can go right in here, finish it out with your knife to cut all the rest of those tendons, the rest of those muscles out. Now you've got one turkey leg, skin on, one turkey thigh, skin on, one turkey breast, skin on, and one cutlet. I'll show you how to remove that tendon from that cutlet real quick. That tendon, if you look on this inside, this tendon runs right there. You can see it, right up the middle. So just like filleting a fish, I like to go right in there, and I go straight along that tendon with my super sharp knife. Then I go on the other side of that tendon with my super sharp knife. And then I just cut that tendon right out. There's my cutlet, breast, thigh, leg. Now I've got this whole other half of this bird. This whole other half of this bird I'm just gonna trim up because it's gonna go into the smoker. Teach you guys how to smoke half a bird. Now I like smoking half a bird better than a whole bird sometimes, especially with wild turkey, because it doesn't have that fat on there. It doesn't have that as much of it. So it's nice, I leave the bone in, like I was telling you. I'll go ahead and I'll clean in all this damage, clean up all this damage. But with leaving that bone in, it actually allows the moisture of the bird, since there's not very much fat on this bird, to stay within that bird. So when I brine it and then I smoke it, I'll smoke it bone down. And as the juices go down, they stay on that bone and go right back into the meat. So it's amazing. So we have half our turkey that's gonna go in the smoker. We have a beautiful cutlet. We have a beautiful breast with some skin left on it, just a little bit. We'll actually take that skin. We're probably gonna wrap this breast. We got our thigh, we have our leg. Any questions? Now we've got our bones to go in our stock. We've got other parts to go in our stock. This is actually enough to make a delicious turkey stock with what we have here. And then I'll actually take the rest of the bone after I smoke it and get all the meat off, and I'll throw that in and make a smoked turkey stock. It's super tasty. With these legs, they're Velociraptor feet is what I call them. But we'll go ahead and show you some cool things to make a back scratcher with these turkey feet later. But that is our meat. Simple, simple, simple to do. Easy. You have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Again, stop wasting meat. Stop leaving all this meat in the field. That's a lot of meat. That's a dinner right there. So hopefully I answered all your questions. If you have any more, please ask. Stay tuned for some fun tips and tricks, as well as some fun DIY projects with the leftover parts. Because again, I'm about using every single part of my bird. And then see you later. It's been Jeremiah from Field to Plate. Catch you later. Oh look, a BB.